Hallelujah. Yes. Okay. So I'm excited about Paul's question. Paul, your question is very valid. On the list, you put your wife last, but yet you're uncomfortable with it. I'm repeating myself because of the recording, so that others who listen will benefit from it. Or you want to ask your question again so that others can hear your question and hear my response for the Pope, because I think the group is going to share the audio and the video for others to learn. So, Paul, you can ask your question again. Don't worry.
My question is, I put my wife names on the list, and I was struggling with it when I wanted to put her name there. Even to put her name there, I was like, she doesn't mean I don't need to put her name. But later on, I now discover she's taking care of my children, and during devotion, she instilled those doctrine, those value, the principles we both learn from the Bible into the children. So I was now asking myself, am I doing the right thing? Is it really the right thing I'm supposed to do? Or I should share the whole name should be for those who do career, do businesses together. So that was my question.
Thank you again, Paul, for asking that question again, especially for the benefit of our listeners. And I said to you earlier, I'm excited about your question, that your question is very valid. It's very valid, and it shows what your value system is. That question reveals to me the kind of person you are. It shows you value family. It shows you value your spouse. It shows that you are not just thinking about yourself. You are not selfish. You are not self-centered. And I'm very grateful for you asking for that very fantastic question. You see, one of the highlights of that question is the direction you have headed now with that question. One of the highlights of the questions I asked everybody to work on about the top 5 people to you, people who make you make progress in life, people who inspire you to progress in life. If your spouse does not inspire you, why then is she your spouse? If your husband does not inspire you, why then is she your husband? Because the reality is, when you get married, I, for example, when I decided on my choice of a life partner, I chose my wife based on our shared values. When I started befriending her and getting to know her and discovering who she is, number one, the first thing that attracted me was the shared values. And that has been what has sustained us in the last how many decades? It was, see, is it important we marry somebody that is beautiful? Yes. Is it important that we marry somebody that is intelligent? Yes. But what is more important, what is more valuable for us in our choice of choosing a life partner or somebody to work with is the value systems we share. Because beauty will fade. Beauty will fade away. You see someone else that is more beautiful. You see someone else that looks more attractive. But the truth of the matter is that what is sustaining you, or what has sustained you over the years, are the value systems that you have shared. So it is important to look at it from that angle, that your spouse should be the number one person on the list. For example, I was sharing with a friend of mine, one of the things I enjoy with my spouse, is her ability to correct me gently and in love. Ability to look me in the eye and tell me the truth about myself. Not so many people can handle it. I enjoy it. I enjoy when my spouse can tell me the truth about how I am wrong, even when I think I'm right. Then I might now explain to her my perspective, which she may not be aware of. And when she now gets to be aware, she helps me to refine my thoughts. Number two, my spouse is my sounding board. When I have fresh ideas, I have new ideas, I have things that I want to do, I have ongoing conversations in my mind, it is her I share it with. She's my sounding board. I'm thinking, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? When I have conflict in my heart about a decision, I share it with her. We pray together about it. When I have ideas, that are in gestation period in my heart, I share with her. She tells me, okay, how about this? She asks me questions, reflective questions. Those reflective questions helps me to think about those things better. So it is fantastic that you are thinking about it. And I agree with you that your spouse should be number one on the list. It's so ironic that it was your assignment that I picked first. And I just felt prompted to ask you to ask me a question. So your spouse comes first. And why Paul is asking this question is that I gave us an assignment last week, and I said, who are the top 5 people that can contribute to your success? Are they ahead of you? Are they powerful people who can open doors for you? Can they recommend you for promotion or to replace them in their position? Or are they afraid that you may replace them in their position? How many of us remember the story of Abigail and what's the man's name? Laban the Fool. You know, she was the one that would have helped Laban preserve his life from being killed. And she did that exactly because David was going to go and kill him. By virtue of the conversation she had with David, she saved his life. You need women in your life. Your spouse should be the #1 person who is your chief promoter, who is your chief advocate. Do you understand what I'm saying? The person cheering for you, rooting for you, encouraging you, cheering you on. So that is the role of that person. It's very important that you build your, so as you are building your vision, you are building your life aspiration, you are building your goals, your spouse plays a very important role. It plays a very important role. One of the reasons why I said I was going to discuss it was that there are existing frameworks. When we get to the coaching session, there are existing frameworks that people can use to determine who these top 5 people should be. What should I look out for in my selection of the top 5 people? What should be the key characteristics of these people? What should be the key orientation of these people? What should be the key ideologies of these people? What should be the key identity of these people? That is how you make a decision. And for those of us who did the assignment, I thank you for trusting me enough to share your deepest thoughts with me. I see the names of the people you put there. One of the things I always like to tell people is that one of the advantage of having these people to contribute to your life is that it's not much more about what you get from them or what they give to you. It's about the relationship. You value the relationship, they value you in that relationship as well. You honor them, they honor you as well. And it must be reciprocal. It must be reciprocal that you both honor each other. They honor you, you honor them. They can serve as your sounding board as well. They can serve as people who can pray for you. They can serve as people who can encourage you. There are also people who, when they see opportunity somewhere, they can recommend you for opportunities. When they are aware of opportunities somewhere, they can recommend you for those opportunities. There are people that they can help you dig into and research more and say, okay, let me see who I can talk to. Because like I said to you, you are just 4 people away from your next breakthrough. I told you of the story of people who are within my circle who change jobs. They don't apply online. They don't apply on LinkedIn. They just apply within their network. They have a network of organizations or people they would like to work for and like to work with. And once they just mention it to a friend somewhere, that one says, okay, let me make investigation. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And that's how it works. And that's exactly the way it is in the business world. It is information. They have valuable information that can help you excel. They are custodians of valuable information that can help you excel because they themselves are striving to excel beyond the level they are in. So they are not afraid of you. They are not jealous of you. They don't see you as a competition. Those are the key characteristics of these people. They can open doors for you. They can recommend, So, and I see what Paul had done here. Paul had recognized the critical people that are ahead of him. They can open doors for, let me go back to that issue of the spouse. Pardon me if it looks as if I'm overflogging him. You see, your spouse does not fall into the category of whether she's ahead of you or she's not. But the truth of the matter is that she has certain strengths which you don't have. She has certain pedigree you don't have. So it does not necessarily mean whether she's ahead of you, and it does not mean you're ahead of her. There are people that will open doors for you that you don't know, but your spouse knows them before she met you, or she met them when she's at work in our organization. There are powerful people like that. I have met a number of powerful people that my wife is the one who knows them. I have access to them. I have their phone numbers. And they're very powerful. If I mention their names, you'll be shocked. But it's my wife who knows them. I don't know them. They know my wife very well, very dearly. So the grace my wife enjoys, she shares it with me by virtue of the fact that we are one. So your wife is not necessarily behind you or does not necessarily mean she's ahead of, but she's your partner. You know, she can recommend you for promotion. She can recommend you. Let me go to, so thank you, Paul, for your question. Let me go to Oyelami Oluwatoyin. Is Oluwatoyin here? Oyelami Oluwatoyin.
So would you let me ask a question? Do I have the local standard to ask a question?
Paul is asking me big English. Local standard. When did you become a lawyer?
I want to leverage on my friends assignment what it turned in to actually say to ask a question. I don't know if yes.
Okay. I won't break my own rule. Let me answer to those who have submitted first. I have a number of them here. Let me give them the prerogative first. If Oyelami Oluwatoyin is not here, bro Ayodeji, I have your document in front of me. Do you have any question for me based on your assignment?
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening. How are you?
Thank you so much. I don't have questions, but at the same time, I want to need an idea on a particular issue that happened today. Is in the process of making friendship together. And to meet somebody that I know through somebody, I look as if I'm hijacking the person's work because of value that I declare to the person I met. For example, I have somebody that makes a particular boss, which is using my truck. But fortunately, because of the value I'm declaring, the boss is trying to move the person that connects me to him away from the scene and making an issue. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. In Nigeria country, look as if I'm hijacking his role. But because of the value I'm creating on it, it became an issue today. I'm trying to see how can I manage this because it's something that disturbs my business this morning. That's my question.
Okay, I'll address that later. Let me address your assignment first. I see that you submitted your assignment, but you didn't answer the question. You just wrote the question and sent it back to me. You just wrote the questions down.
Not really, because
I
as
sent it
I
back
was
to
going through that question, as you said, there's nothing I become today. My wife is number one priority because it's the one that pushes the vision I'm seeing. I don't discuss anything. I don't come out of anything without she be at the background. And I look at it, it's valued so much that I cannot do it. I cannot even mention it. If you look at it, I did not mention it. I said I don't have to fight, but what is my three value people that I know that my wife is number one priority in my life.
So who are the other four people? Who are the other four people? They are not listed here on the document.
I don't have four. I just have two additional to that, which they are my siblings. And that's why I keep it that way,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, please. Let's give me a second. I'm trying to see. I could see Julian is here. Is Temitayo Ologun here? Is Temitayo Ologun here? Okay, I can see her assignment is here, but she's not here. I've answered Paul. Who is Soul Afri Export? Okay. Adegoroye Abiola Mary. Adegoroye Abiola Mary. Is the person here?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Okay, fantastic. Good evening. Do you have any question for me based on your assignment?
No, I don't have any questions, sir.
You don't have any questions? Okay. So
yes.
I can I can see that in your assignment, it was only one question you answered of all the questions I gave you.
Yes, sir, because firstly, I think I skipped the first part of the assignment.
Okay.
Probably my network was not clear at that time. But what I could grasp was when you were saying the personal one, this is what you will submit to me. That was the time that my network came on. So I heard that question when you said this is the personal one, that you're going to submit to me. So that was the time I started taking note of the questions, and it was just one. So
interestingly, the questions were posted on the platform. They were repeated and posted on the platform on WhatsApp and also here on Zoom. Then also the video of that session. Oluwaseyi for me, am I wrong? Is that correct?
Yes, the question is pinned to the top of the chat on WhatsApp, and also if you had watched the recording, you probably would have seen it. So maybe you want to look at the questions again and type it and resubmit.
All right, that's
okay.
fine. Yeah, it was just an oversight. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No. That's okay. It's not a problem. I see the question you've asked is that what do you want to become as a result of this exercise? I see that, and I see that you took out time. It shows me you're a very serious-minded person. It shows me you're a very serious-minded person, that you took out time to answer the question. I aim to gain clarity on my goals and set the goals to align with my journey. I also aim to be courageous. Okay. Fantastic. Did you watch the video that was posted this week where I was talking about organizational wide goals and your career goals?
No, sir.
Oh,
I didn't.
I think, we posted the video, right?
I think we did, but I can confirm in a minute. I'm right here.
I've not seen it myself, but I think we did.
I think it was on page something.
You share the link. You share the link.
Yes, it was shared. The leadership formula for team productivity.
Yes.
It was shared on Wednesday. I'll post it back. I'll just say here now in the chat so everybody can see it.
You see, that video is applicable to everyone. It talks about the three critical things that we all need to reckon with, especially when we work within organizational context, even though it seems to be as if I was addressing business leaders, but it's very applicable to you that when you work in a place, you must make sure that one of the reasons why you are working in it's just that in our part of the world, when we make career choices, we always make career choices from the angle of our survival instincts or from the angle of what is available. Ideally, you are supposed to have a clearly defined career goals that determines or helps you to navigate the job market. To say, hey, or if you're going to be running a business by yourself, those career goals are very personal to you in such a way that whilst you are trying to fit into the organization you are working with, you must ensure that there's an alignment between the organization-wide goals and your own personal goals. That is where you can experience professional growth. That is how you can achieve career success. One of the things that I've asked in one of the questions, and I don't know whether it's part of this, I didn't see any response to it, is that what does career success mean to you? How do you measure success? How do you determine success? What does it mean to you? How do you replicate success? How do you define success? When you succeed, how do you know? How do you recognize it? So what parameters tell you, oh, I have succeeded as a result of this? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I love the fact that you are very emphatic about gaining clarity on your goals and the need to set your goals to align with your career journey. I love that fact. I love that fact. That means you took out time, you thought about it, you were clear about the direction you are heading. You were clear about what you want to achieve. It may look vague, you may not be certain, but this is what I like to build on. This is the kind of mindset I would like to build a coaching orientation on. So I must commend you that even though this is the only question you gave answer to, but I love the fact that you put in the quality of thought that is required to answer the question. You put in the quality of
Thank you
thought
very much, sir.
that is. I appreciate this about you. This is very fantastic. And the second layer to your response was the fact that you were emphatic about engaging in the process. You were also emphatic about the fact that you need to not only grow by yourself, but also with your team. So growth is important to you. As growth is important to you, you're also concerned about the people around you, the team you are working with, in such a way that the growth allows you to make greater impact. And I also love the fact that you are people-oriented. So you are not just focused on yourself, wanting to achieve results. You are not just being self-centered, but you are focused on the fact that the people in your community, in your group, as you are making impact, you are also working with them to make impact and to deliver results. This is the kind of mindset leadership development is based upon. This is the kind of mindset I like to work with. So I appreciate you for this. Thank you so much. This is very good.
Thank you, sir. I'm very grateful, sir.
Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. So I'll move to the last person. Ajayi Isaiah. Ajayi Isaiah.
Good day,
Is
sir.
Ajayi Isaiah here? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Well done. So,
Thank you very
do you have
much
any
for the
questions for me? Yes, thank God. Thank God.
I would say personally it's not a question, but I kind of find it a bit tasky to really picture or pick certain people to say, okay, these are the people that I look up to, or people that I can actually say they can put me up for opportunities. So that's why I only have 3 people on my list. So
at least you made an attempt. I love the fact that you made an attempt and you submitted. That's good.
So the first person is actually my direct boss. So I think it was just I've been working with him for more than 3 years now. It's just about 2 months ago that I wrote him a letter officially that I would just like for him to mentor me personally, because after working with him for a period of time, I discovered that still working with him, I believe I can still have a lot of things to gain from him outside of work.
Wow.
And the second person happens to be someone I've worked with before, and we are still in contact. It's more like a big brother to me. And the last person used to be my lecturer while I was still in school. So those are the 3 still I was able to just picture about. So
that's I love this. I love this. See, for me, it's attempt that you took. You made an attempt. You were not casual about it. And like I always emphasize to people that if I want to work with people, they don't need to be 100% hitting the target. I just need to see the spark. I just need to see the seriousness, the hunger. I love your humility in admitting that it was mentally taxing. And that's the purpose of the assignment. The purpose of the assignment is to tax your mental capabilities, to reflect, to think deeply. And if something is done in a very lame way mentally, it hinders growth. I love your humility for saying, look, this is mentally taxing for me to be able to complete the entire list. I love the fact that you
plug this my phone direct. Okay, don't worry. What's wrong now?
Can we Oluwaseun, can you communicate with that person? Let's have some decency and decorum on the forum.
She muted already, but I will.
I just muted her.
Okay.
I muted her. Can you just let's maintain some decency and decorum. So I'm trying to get my flow of thought back. Okay, good. So I love the fact that you made an attempt. You were not casual about it, and you were humble enough to say, hey, it was challenging for me, it was tasking for me, but I must commend the fact that you put in the effort. I must commend the fact that you put in the effort. Now, I can see clearly that all these people are within your career path, Abi. They are along your career path. You are in the legal profession.
Not really. I'm not. I work in the courtroom, but I'm not in
Yes,
the legal
that's
profession.
the legal profession. You might not necessarily be a lawyer, but you are still within the legal industry. Yes, if you work in the court, I understand. Yes, I understand. So the fact that I said legal profession does not make you a lawyer, but you are within whether you are a justice, whether you are a court clerk, whether you are a court secretary, whatever role you play, you are within the legal profession. So that means you have certain aspirations. I can see that all of them fall into the same, and this is very commendable. Then another thing you said that struck me the most, when you said you wrote a personal letter to him asking you to mentor you. I'd like to know, what was his response?
Because he's someone that is very, very busy. He just called me to his office that he has read my letter and he understands what it's all about, that I should not worry, but that he will still get back to me more. Like it may not be officially, but I just asked him to, in case he has any role he wants me to play, anything he wants me to do for him, just for my own personal development.
Wow.
So
wow. That's fantastic. That's how it starts. That's fantastic. I commend your courage. And I appreciate him too for acknowledging your heart desire. I appreciate him too for acknowledging your heart. You are on a right journey. You are on the right journey. You are on the right journey. And my prayer for you is that God will continue to order your steps. That you'll find the right mentorship and you'll find the right people to connect you. You know, have you read stories of different legal luminaries and the people in their lives who helped them? Have you heard of stories of court judges who paid for the school fees of their clerks to go to law school?
Yes, you do hear stories like that. I'm just
yes. So this is one inspirational fair. So I will encourage you to still think more about the last two people. 4 is very good. At least you have done more than 60 to 70% of that. Out of 5, you wrote 3. So you need to do the other 2 more. Think more, reflect more. For you and for others listening to me, I will encourage you to define the roles of each person in your life. The roles of each person in your life. There are some people that they play a role that is very crucial, either in your family, in your marriage, not necessarily in your career, but they also have the wisdom to be able to navigate things around your career. So it might not just be restricted to your career alone, but so reflect more on that.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Wow. I'm reading your note on what you like to become. And I like the fact that you categorized your vision in 3 spaces. You want to serve in leadership roles in the intersection of technology, public service, and social innovation. That's fantastic. So you have a clear area where you want to develop expertise. You have clear areas where you want to define, where you want to develop expertise in, and where you want to be defined as, what you want to be defined as. And that's very beautiful. That's very, very beautiful. You know, as I'm reading your notes on what do you want to become, ideas are flowing through my head, because you've been able to identify a major problem in the industry where you are working in. And you're already thinking of how you want to improve that. One of the things you wrote here that struck me is that I have developed a deep passion for improving efficiency and accessibility in justice delivery. Isn't that a major need in our culture today? I love this. He said, my work ensures timely, accurate court records that reduces delays for litigants. And I see this not just as a duty, but as a mission to contribute meaningfully to the justice system. Oh my God. I love no. This is very fantastic. You have a sense of direction on where you want to go. This is very fantastic. I love this. I love this. So this now you have to break it down. I don't know whether you attended my session when I was teaching on career statements, being able to design a career statement. You know,
No.
Okay, you already, in fact, you have done almost 50% of that, even though you did not attend it. I'm telling you, I like your thinking. This is good. This is very good. Okay, as I progress in my public service career and prepare for future roles in management and leadership, I am committed to driving reforms that change. Oh my God, you know what? I don't want to waste our time because we just have about 5 minutes more to go. This is fantastic. I love this. Personally, I envision building a home grounded in shared values and purpose. I believe in intentional partnership and alignment of life goals, and I seek a partner who resonates deeply with. So, what you wrote in here were the things I was talking about in response to Paul's question earlier, isn't it?
More like, sir.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. You are such a visionary person. You are very visionary, and I see that in your writing. You are very, very visionary. Fantastic. These are the kind of people I like to work with. Fantastic. Thank you very much for taking our time to do the assignment. And you did not do a casual job. You were not lame in the way you did it. You did it very well. Thank you. That's very inspirational for me. That's very inspirational for me. Thank you. Oluwaseyi, for me, do you have any comments on all the people who submitted their assignments?
Well, like, I mean, you've I love the fact that you went through it through by through, and the comments you have made are valid. And I think it was sorry, I have it all. I have the assignment up as well.
Yes.
I have it pulled up. But I think the fact that you attempted and the fact that you attempted, I think it would frame everybody's frame of mind that did attempt it to say you start to think about the things that you had not previously thought about. So that's something that exercise will do for you. And if you have not done it, you still have the opportunity to. You just might not get Dr. Toye to look at it one-on-one and ask you questions. But I think that it's something that everybody should look at and think about it. Think about it so that we are intentional about the kind of life we want to. There is life happening to you. There is you happening to life. It is the intentionality that then would that drives that, okay, you are creating the life that you want. And then Dr. Toye had highlighted that it's about relationship. So you having that relationship and you bringing it to focus now tells you that, okay, do I want to lose this relationship or how do I nurture it differently? How do I nurture this relationship differently? Because this person is important, you have highlighted it. You start to look at, okay, so being intentional about how you go into the relationship, how you do your own part in that relationship so that you don't lose it and then the intended goal for it is achieved. So I appreciate everybody that has submitted. You can still submit, right? We will look at it. We'll use it to create. We might not get Dr. Toye to come and talk about it, but we will look at it. And it will also help your thinking. I think so.
Thank you so very much, Oluwaseyi, for me. That's very awesome. That's very fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Everyone, thank you for being a part of tonight's meeting. I sincerely appreciate you for being here. I know it's late and everybody's worked all day. It's almost 9 p.m. now. Some of you are either on the way home or already home and you're just trying to get. But I want us to go live with this word because I have to go out. I'm heading out. I'm traveling. So I need to head out in 2 minutes. I want us to take things seriously and take life seriously. I don't want us to be very casual about anything. You see, you have to be very intentional and deliberate. Very intentional and deliberate about where you are in this phase of your life. Don't just do the talking. Don't just do the bragging. Don't just, talk loosely. Be very intentional in your thought process. Be very intentional in the things you commit to and you want to get the results in. It's very, very important. And it is in the little things. It shows in the little things. It shows in the little things. When I talk to people and I'm doing conflict audit at the workplace, it's always in the little communication, in the little attitude, in the little approach to this, in the little mindfulness and self-awareness, in the assumptions, in taking things for granted or taking people for granted. Let's be conscious of it. I'm saying it because that is what I live by. And that is one of the things I want to share with you as your coach to help you. So I'll see you next week, June 20, when we are having our workshop on the leadership edge. Please invite your friends, invite your colleagues at work. We're going to be going full blast sharing on how to build influence at work, the leadership edge. And it's going to be the flagship to some of the things we're going to be doing with our coaching exercise. And the truth of the matter is, I always say to people, if you are here to waste my time, I can't be your coach. If you are here to be very casual with assignments that I give to you, I cannot be your coach. Because what you invest in, you put your financial resources in, you cannot afford to lose it. It's like somebody who has bought products to sell and you are not making money. You have to pay rent, isn't it? To the shop owner. You have to pay your bills. So take it seriously, because the profit is not just only to your success, but also to my own joy that I am partnering with you to help you succeed in life. So I want to thank you, everybody. So have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you next week. Oluwaseyi, if you have any assignment or any information to share with them, let's go ahead. But please invite your friends to join us. Share the flyer, share it amongst your work groups, your WhatsApp groups, and let's know. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. You can still work on the assignment and send to us. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.